If you are looking to upgrade your home network, then look no further because I have got the mesh Wi-Fi system that is going to be the best bang for your buck. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Deco XE75 Pro, what it offers, and some speed tests. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So we're taking a look at another mesh Wi-Fi system from TP-Link. Now, a while ago, I took a look at their Deco X20. It was a Wi-Fi 6 mesh Wi-Fi system that was a great entry-level system. Well, TP-Link now has their brand new XE75. Now, this is the Pro version that we're going to be taking a look at in this video. I also want to thank TP-Link for sending this unit out for me to review and for sponsoring this video. Now, I'm super excited about this one specifically because this is Wi-Fi 6E, which means it is going to be taking advantage of that 6 gigahertz signal. Now, to quickly explain that, the old versions of Wi-Fi out there had a 2.4 gigahertz signal. Newer versions had dual band where they had 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, and now these new tri-band ones have the 2.4, the 5 gigahertz signal, and now a new 6 gigahertz signal, which is something that is very new to home networking. It is a much broader system, allows for a lot more devices to connect to it, and is a lot less cluttered than the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz systems out there. So, while not a lot of devices out there can support Wi-Fi 6E, it is definitely great for future-proofing your devices down the road. Now, let's take a look at some of the features that come with this device right here. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. And with this said, let's go ahead and take a look at those features. This is the AXE Tri-Band Mesh Wi-Fi 6E system. We've got the AXE 5400 Pro, includes that new 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. This one, since it is the Pro version, does have a 2.5 gigahertz port on the back. If you get the non-Pro version, it's exactly the same thing, same speed and everything, except it does not have that 2.5 gigahertz port on the back of the device. We'll take a look at that in a second. We see that we're going to be able to get speeds of 5400 meg. This covers 5,500 square feet for just the two devices right here. We've also got the ability to connect 200 devices. That is insane. It's got home shield, like I mentioned, Wi-Fi 6E. Let's flip it over and take a look at some more of the features in depth. Again, it's talking about that 6 gigahertz band. We see clean and congestion free because of that. Taking a look down here, we've got the Wi-Fi dead zone killer, as they say, and essentially because this is a mesh system, we're going to be able to put these satellites around the house. So you're going to take one of these devices, plug it into your modem. The other one you're going to put out somewhere in your house, which is just going to help blanket your house in Wi-Fi signal, which is just awesome. Seamless AI-driven mesh, which is great. Like I mentioned, we've got the 2.5 gigahertz port on this one because it is the Pro version. And then we've got TP-Link's Home Shield. So it comes with these features right here. We've got network protection, parental control, quality of service, and comprehensive reports. Now, TP-Link does offer a Pro version of their Home Shield. It's going to offer some extra features for you to keep your network safe, and then also some extra like parental control features and reporting features. That does have a subscription tied to it, but for the most part, with the Home Shield that this does come with for free, you're going to get all this good stuff right here. Now, a couple other advanced features that I did want to point out on the side of the box. We do have the MU-MIMO connection, which is going to allow for multi-user, multi-in, multi-out, which essentially that means that this device right here can connect and speak to multiple devices at the same time. That thing is important. You're definitely going to want that in your system. Another thing that this one has too is it's got the OFDMA. That's going to be similar to the MIMO, where it's going to be able to talk to a bunch of different devices at the same time. But those are two advanced features that you're definitely going to want in your system for future proofing. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the features with this device, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box, dive into the app, and then do a speed test. All right, so here's what we have in the box. We've got two of our devices right here. Now, both are exactly the same. One of these you'll plug into your cable modem. The other one is going to be put somewhere in your house as a satellite. If we take a look here on the back, we have got 3 ports. Because this is the Pro version, it is going to come with a port that is 2.5 gigabit. Now, if you don't have the Pro version, it'll still come with 3. They'll just all 3 be the gigabit ports back here. We've got a power port, and then this is what the device looks like. Really nice looking device. Also in the box, we have got a power cable for each of the devices and a network cable to plug it into your cable modem. Okay, now that we have seen what comes in the box, let's go ahead and get this set up in the app. So the setup could not be easier with these devices right here. I have the Deco app loaded up. I've created my account. All I'm going to do is click on the plus sign in the top right corner. I'm going to say that I want to add a Deco. I'm going to scroll down to the device that I have. So let's say I've got the XE75 Pro, which is going to be right here. I'll tap on that. I'm going to say that I have 2 floors here, so it's going to help me with my setup. And then I'm just going to click on the next button. It's going to say to plug in my device, wait for the lights to start flashing, and then all I have to do is click on here and it's going to detect the device, set it up. All I have to do after that is say I'm going to add another device. I plug in one of the satellites, and if I do that within 2 minutes, it's automatically just going to connect up and be ready to go. It is super simple setup. Once that is connected to the app, all you need to do is create a network name and then set up a password, and you're good to go. Okay, so now that we have these things set up, let's do a speed test. All right, now before I get this thing set up, I want to test out my old network. Now my old network is already pretty fast, but let's see how fast of speeds I am getting now with it. Okay, so we've got 314 up and 319 down, so pretty good. I pay for 1,000 up and 1,000 down, but over Wi-Fi, I am pretty happy with this. But now let's go ahead and take that system down, set this one up so we're not getting interference, and see what kind of speeds we're gonna be able to get out of the Wi-Fi 6E. Okay, so I've disconnected the old system. We've got the new system in its place. Let's go ahead and see what our speeds are. Holy cow, we've got 650 up and we've got 534 down. Wow, that is a huge boost. Like I said, my old system wasn't that outdated. So to see this kind of boost out of this system right here, I'm pretty happy with. Jumping up to the Wi-Fi 6E with that 6 gigahertz signal is pretty awesome. Okay, so now let's quickly go over some of the features in the app. Loading up the app, we see that we have got our Deco up here at the top. I can click on the drop down. I've got our new Deco right here. If I tap on the internet, it'll show us what devices we have set up. So we obviously have my main device, which is in the server room, and then we've got the other Deco set up right there. If I click on the other satellite Deco and bring it up right here, it's going to show me what devices are connected to it. We can see our signal source, so how this device is connecting to the main one. You can also set up a backhaul. So instead of it connecting to each other over Wi-Fi, you can actually have it connect to each other over Ethernet. So if you are lucky enough to have Ethernet throughout your house, you can just plug Ethernet directly into the satellite to get an even faster connection. And as a teaser for next week's video, I'm going to show you how to set up an Ethernet backhaul even if you don't have Ethernet wired throughout your house. So definitely make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for that video. Now, continuing on, if we back out of here, let's go ahead and back out of our devices right here. I can see my home network. It's going to show me all the devices that are connected. Down here at the bottom, we've got smart actions. So TP-Link has a lot of smart home devices, whether it's light bulbs or plugs or cameras or just lots of different things. You can integrate and set up shortcuts and automations through the system right here. We have also got Home Shield, so this is where you're going to see all your protection. For instance, I've got parental control, so I clicked on add. I added my daughter for parental control. I don't have her device connected in here right now, but you can go through and set up different parental controls on here. Below that, we can see different reports and things like that. And if we click on the More button, we can see different things like our Wi-Fi. So this is going to be setting up your 2.4, your 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. If we take a look below that, we see our 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi right here. Right now, my 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi by default is going to be a dedicated backhaul. So that is going to allow for these devices to communicate with each other. If I click on there, I can set it up to be a Wi-Fi network and a dedicated backhaul. So make sure you go in there and check that if you do want to set that up. We've also got our guest Wi-Fi set up right there. We've got our WPS, our deny list, our updating, our managers, and then our advanced. So here in advanced, we've got things like our DHCP servers, we've got address reservations, port forwarding, different things like that. So here are all of the different advanced features that you can set up with this device. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention too is that all of the controls are only going to be done through the app. You cannot log in through a website to remotely log in to your device to manage anything right there. You can log into that and actually view some things, but you can't manage anything from that website. So it all has to be done through the app here. Now, for most people, it's totally fine. I mean, most people are probably not going to go in and mess around with a lot of this stuff. And if they do, you can do it through the app. So that makes it nice and convenient. Another thing too we can check out, let's go ahead and back out of here and go to our overview. And let's say I click on a device like my iPhone right here. So on my iPhone, I can go into a specific device. I can rename it if I want to. So I can tap on the name right here. and rename that device if I want to do that. We've also got the option for setting it up as a high priority device if you want to do that, and you can see what it's uploading and downloading as far as the data being used on there. So that's just a quick overview of the app and the features that you're going to get into that. Overall, I think the Deco XE75 is a fantastic device out there. I love the look of it. I love the speed that we're going to get out of it. I would also say if you do not need that 2.5 gigahertz port on the back, you can go with the slightly cheaper non-pro version. That is one that I recommend. I feel like that one is just in the perfect sweet spot for most users. If you are a high-end and more advanced user and have maybe a home network really built out and you'd be able to take advantage of that 2.5 port on the back of the device, go for the Pro version. If not the Pro version is going to be completely fine for most people out there. But with the incredible Wi-Fi speeds that we're getting out of this device, I gotta say it is definitely something that I recommend. But how does it stack up with its competitors? Maybe, you know what, TP-Link will sponsor a future video doing a comparison between this device right here and some of the other things out there, and we can see truly who has the fastest speed. Well, if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.